Hello, my name is Ep30 and welcome back for another episode of Ep30 as Argentina. In previous episode we managed to take over, well, I mean they gave up with the diplomacy play, but we've got the rest of Patagonia now, and there's been a whole lot of people moving in from Europe there now. That's kind of handy. We might still do another war against Chile in about 2 years or so. We got a fairly good amount of money available. I think what we might do actually is we'll go ahead and increase the 2nd Argentinian army, just get some more trench infantry there. Get another 10, so we'll have 100 battalions total. And the trench infantry is going to be fairly good at defending, at least. It's not really the best, but if we're going to have to fight against the Russians potentially again, then I'd rather have a strong army in there. And have 100 battalions of regular troops. More oil discovered in our market. That's good. Or in the British market, really. Tumultuous campaign. Was campaigning for the National Civic Union in the turmoil-wrecked Argentina Mato Grosso. Facundo Moyano has been attacked and brutally beaten by a group of unknown assailants. Momentum reduction for the National Civic Union? Or more momentum for the National Civic Union? You know what? I'd rather have them in power than the anarchists. Which in this case is just the rule folk, but anyway. So how is the electric industries? Is it... oh yeah, it's already got 6,000 people hired, and that weekly balance is actually really nice. Which probably does translate into quite a bit of investment pool transfers along the way as well. So this is not increasing in size here, but is the private sector building any electric industries? Not yet. That's probably just a matter of time though. Oh, they're building another shipyard as well. Another steel mill, iron mine. So we are about to get the electric arc process. Now that will continue researching the radio for at least a little bit. The elevators are almost done. Well, that's going to be really handy. And in the military, we are going to get the wargaming, so that's the last tier 4 tech in there. Now, that's just going to be tier 5 techs, which, to be fair, I don't think we'll be able to get too many. I mean, it's already 1923, mind you. Rising of the women. Now to go to Rodrigo Czar. Oh, rural folk. Oh, it's an agitator supporting the Counter-Republic. Has led to anarchist society gaining greater electoral popularity among women who have rushed to exercise their newfound voting rights. For the election of the anarchist society, or for the strengthening of the Argentinian democracy. The less momentum, but more dependent enfranchisement. Yeah, let's go with that. Oh, and there's the election. Okay. So, what do we get? Oh, that's a really low legitimacy. So if we drop you out of there, how bad is that going to be? That's really bad. Okay, you know what? Rule Folk and Social Democratic Party, sure. It's pretty bad. Legitimacy regardless, but I think that might allow us to... oh, that would allow us to maybe increase taxes. Would that be... oh yeah, there's quite a bit more revenue. Now I'm guessing the lower levels of people will get taxed less, so that's 15% support in there. Workers' rights, we could go for the regulatory bodies. Or workers' protections. Oh, is there... oh, public health insurance. Now, that would be really handy. Industrials would oppose that. Catholic Church would oppose that. But Catholic Church is marginalized anyway, so that's not a huge problem. There wouldn't be a huge support for the law either. But that is one option, at least. We could go for the... industrial band. No. I don't think we're going to go for that one yet, at least. We could go for the no colonial affairs, I suppose. We don't really need it anymore, do we? It helps with the unincorporated states, but we don't have more than one of those anyway. So that's one of the things that we could do. We can just start reducing the colonial affairs level to start saving a bit of bureaucracy. I think we'll try to go for the proportional taxation. I mean, if we go for the graduated taxation, the change in revenue isn't that much better than what we currently have. There we go, that's at least underway. Electric art process is almost done, and that's gotta be a whole lot of... okay, intelligence here really is upset. And the fact that it just keeps scrolling back with all new notifications. So what is the... oh, it's less prestige. Ah, that's bad. How's the prestige of Brazil, then? Oh, well, it's a lot less than what we have. Oh, there's the electric art process. Right, let's hope that things will progress accordingly. Now, to be fair, Russia has started a diplomatic play in Central Asia. It's probably not going to end in the war, to be fair. They'll probably give up and turn into a protectorate. Oh yeah, that legitimacy is pretty bad. Although we're getting a pretty decent income, so we could potentially reduce the taxes a bit further. Just about. If we don't do too much construction work, I suppose. And that way the legitimacy is going to be slightly better. Might improve the likelihood of passing the law. We're going to be increasing our army size quite a bit, so we're not necessarily going to go into any wars for... Actually, we're still using the full construction speed right now, aren't we? So actually, yeah, we're still going to be making a profit. The interest rate is actually fairly small now. That is really nice. Oh, right, the industrialists are happy, so they don't want to get the technocracy anymore. And that's the elevators. So that's the arcades for urban centers and paved roads. So I suppose at least over here, let's have a look. Would that be profitable? Not really. A lot more services would be available, but they don't really need more. And I suppose that would be the same amount of employment, but better jobs. I'll go for that. I mean, I could subsidize this. Get the most out of production. I mean, they can employ another 200,000 people in here. But that will, of course, probably improve the standard of living in there quite a bit. Oh, Zeppelins are spreading now. Good. I suppose there's probably some other areas where the arcades would be more profitable, like over here. And then Mendoza is probably another one that could be profitable. Switching to there. So we're now looting a bit of cash. War profiteering. No, we shall not be shamed for our good... Actually, no, intelligentsia, we don't necessarily want to anger them any further, so... we can reduce the production as a compromise. But it's still okay-ish, or they're not radicalized. But they will definitely oppose the government, of course. So, we've still got 4 places where the low standard of living is a problem. Oh, but there we go. Our average is now 15.5. Pretty decent. Looks like Germany is having a bit of a revolution. Religious revolt, even. Oh. Right then. Oh, expand the application telephone completed. Did you hear... Oh, do you hear that too? Oh, radio gets... Oh, brilliant. Yeah, we'll go ahead and speed that up. Are we getting the... It is spreading us. Okay. After that, we might go for some other stuff, like maybe get the wargaming, and then in the society we could get the Zeppelins. We wanted to get the radios, and after that it's going to start spreading the... Actually, yeah, what we could do is... and then, of course, put in the artificial silk to the tail end of all of that. Once we get the radio production, that's going to be really important. And is that going to be... That's going to take a whole lot of electricity, to be fair. But if we can get the radio production going, then... First of all, we have radios in the market. We're currently losing a bit of cash. Well, I suppose that's partially because we lowered the taxes. That's probably one of the things. Also, intelligentsia and other groups are a bit upset right now. An ultimatum. Wolfhawk has issued a stern ultimatum to Rodrigo Nazar about towing the party line on the proposal for proportional taxation. Rodrigo Nazar is determined to resist. So there's a 10% chance that Wolfhawk gets more attraction, or 40% chance of more radicals, but we get 10% success chance. Or Rodrigo Nazar, who is the agitator supporting Council Republic. We'll take the gamble. Well, there we go. It worked out. Although we do get a little bit of radicals, but I suppose that's fine. I think we'll go ahead and reduce the Colonial Affairs Institution a bit for at least to level 2. So we'll save a lot more bureaucracy due to that. How's the... Hold on, the telephones. Okay, there's quite a bit of extra production in here now. So how much do we need? If we were to switch the government administration to it, that would be 75. That would still be extra production in there. That's going to be a bit expensive, mind you. There we go. Now we've got a whole lot of bureaucracy available. Ooh, an oil discovered in Manitoba. So there's definitely a shortage of telephones right now. At least local production is still okay. And we could probably go ahead and extend the... Oh, the private sector is already on it. They are going to be increasing size. 13.8 thousand weekly balance. Now, to be fair, at this point, I think we just need to increase the taxes again to not get such a massive deficit, which does reduce maybe the standard of living a little bit, but it did go up a decent bit again. So I'm not too worried about it. We are going to get the barracks built soon. And after that, we can just let the private sector take over the construction for a little while. Hopefully we can get the taxation passed soon as well. We're currently, once we get the troops built up and all that, and especially once we get the radio production going, so we can start using that for the artillery and for dreadnoughts and all that, then after that we'll probably build up a bit more troops. Maybe get us to like 120 battalions total, or somewhere around there, and then we'll have a good a fleet, hopefully, as well, where at least we'll probably get like 10... Well, 5 dreadnoughts and maybe 5 submarines or something like that. So we'll have total 30 flotillas, and that will allow us to at least do decently in combat, I'd reckon. The radio is a matter of 2 to 4 weeks now, so that's not too shabby. And it's the tech spread. Oh wow, yeah, the tech spread is now 173 total at most. I mean, the innovation is kind of capped right now. Of course, the literacy rate is going up. We've got 63 million GDP, with number 11 worldwide. So we are actually quite a substantial economy at this point. And there we go. Now we are getting a lot of money thanks to the fact that we're not doing any construction ourselves. Oh, how are we on the Mexican market? Oh, wait, no. It's the trade routes are inactive. Okay, fair enough. Well, we've got a lot of bureaucracy available. So what we could do is probably go ahead and import, well, the telephones. We're going to be increasing our own production. Oil is something we desperately need. North Germany for, oh, that's a revolution. Spanish market, we could get some. We could maybe get some from Jing market as well, and then the Spanish market. That's at least a little bit of the oil covered. Then automobiles. It's not that much available. We're going to get okay. Well, actually, the tariffs are quite small because the quantities are so small. Glass, we could maybe import from typing market, maybe a little bit at least. And then the Dutch market. Not necessarily the best prices, but it's better than nothing. And then we could try exporting some stuff like tobacco. And no, there's not a lot of demand for tobacco. What about fruits? No. Opium? Well, there's demand for that. Actually, we could sell that to Jing. That's now sorted. I think we might need to build a whole lot more electric industries in here. I mean, the earnings are pretty massive already in here. How's the power situation? We could have maybe a bit more. Go ahead and queue up another one there. That does require a little bit of construction input from us, of course, but it's okay. And if we now switch to the radio production, that's going to require 250 electricity. 100 less telephones with 200 radios. And that's going to be the first radios being produced in our market. Ooh, radio production completed. There we go. More radios. Oh. Building radio output. Well, that's at least reducing the deficit of the radio production. So now we can actually go ahead and increase the armies. At least upgrade everything to the siege artillery. So we've got 10 shrapnel artillery in there. Yeah, let's go ahead and upgrade these. Also upgrade that. And go to the other army. And finally upgrade these as well. That's got a lot of troops there. I suppose what we could do is get another few siege artillery pieces as well. Into probably both of the armies. Actually, one of the armies has got 15 artillery already. So maybe we'll just go and build another 10 for this one. There we are. It's going to be a little bit expensive construction work for us, but I think we can manage it. And I have a feeling that the electric industry's profitability... Okay, it did drop a little bit. Just going to build another 5 in there. I'm sure that will be worthwhile. Although the electricity is going to be pretty high in demand, so actually we might not want to build 5 extras, or we need to build a whole lot more power plants. Get to 15 power plants in here. Hopefully the taxation law is actually going forward now. There's no guarantee of it, but there's a good chance that it will be. But we've already got about 100 battalions. We'll wait until we got on the troops that we are now expanding built, and then we might do another war. The French flu. Massive outbreak of especially deadly strain of flu has broken out in eastern New Guinea. It threatens to spread rapidly, potentially escalating into global pandemic. I hope it doesn't reach Argentina. Temporary embarrassment. So we take a minus 10% academic success chance. And a minimum expected standard of living for the middle strata. Or we take... Oh! Trade them the tax cut. Minus 10% income tax rate. Ooh, okay, that's for 2 years. I think we'll take that regardless. If we can get an extra 10% chance of passing the law, I think that's alright. I don't think it's going to be... Well, it will probably take a while for it to be in effect in here. Oh yeah, minus 84. That's a lot. Well, we can afford running a deficit for a little while, although the fact that we're building a lot of military and all that is probably not helping the situation. But I'm guessing if we have a look at the goods, telephones are still in huge demand, but I expect the radios are probably... there's a decent bit of demand for them as well. I'm guessing a lot of that is probably military. Barracks start taking a decent... No, actually, Pops make the majority of it. Alright, I mean, that's good. We got a decent bit of radio production at least now. And telephones, well, we will get some more. Actually, let's have a look. So how much do we produce in here? It is 200 and 200. Ah, okay. Well, to be fair, of the consumption, at least locally, the government administration takes about half of it. So there is that. But I suppose the radios are going to be much better Oh, there's a luxury item and then the communication needs. Okay, so communication needs, there's transportation and telephones. Right, so we kind of do need both. Unaccessible government. Ah, right. I don't think I can get any better legitimacy either. So we're kind of stuck with this one. Assis Niger is okay. Sure. Not exactly what was on my bingo card right now, but let's see. 16.1 standard of living, so that is still increasing quite nicely. 62 million GDP. I think it may be taking a bit of a downturn, but if we do have a look at the GDPs, we're above Canada. We're not quite reached up to Spain. Definitely have a lot higher GDP than Brazil does, although they are starting to recover from their, well, problems from earlier. We definitely got the highest prestige from South American nations. We almost actually got enough to beat North German, well, that's the religious revolt to be fair. But yeah, we actually do beat North German Federation already with our prestige. Catching out the British Raj is going to be easier said than done though. So we built up the barracks now. They're still, oh actually they've probably hired most of it already. What do we have? We've got 50 and 60. I suppose over here we might just want to get another 10 trench infantry. It'll take a while before those are built. We're getting a little bit more power plants, especially in Buenos Aires, to reduce the costs in there. Or, well, the power consumption is pretty high in there, so we need to provide a bit of extra. Of course, the more we build them, the more throughput we have, so we'll be able to produce more and more. But also, there's a lot of electric industries being... Oh, Tucumán is getting one. Okay, the Tucumán one is not actually going to be making radios. That's actually fine, because that means that it doesn't need to have electricity, although there is cheap electricity available. Let's go and put that into the electric streetlights, quite frankly. On the motor industry, we could maybe start consuming a bit of... Well, that's probably not enough electricity, quite frankly, for that. Oh, there we go. Colonial affairs has reduced. Of course, right now, we could actually afford having more, but is there any more institutions that we want to increase? Not right now. We're a bit low on convoys, though. That's something that we should probably take care of and just go ahead and queue up a bit more ports to fix that. So we're losing quite a bit of money right now. We've still got... Well, we've got less than 4 million credit right now, used up out of the 21 that we could have. So we're not looking too bad there yet, and I suppose the tax cut is not going to be forever. It's another 26 months. So it is still actually quite a while, mind you. But if we can pass this law, that would give us another 40,000 extra taxes. At least according to our estimations here. Ooh, Creek immigration to Patagonia. Okay, even more creeks are moving in. Philanthropy. Upper strata have decided to donate generously to the poor, many among them even advocate for proportional taxation law, agreeing that it would be a fair means of redistributing wealth. Oh, minimum expert in standard of living for the upper strata goes down, and a standard of living increase for the lower strata plus 10% chance, or leverage their support for proportional taxation. I think we'll take the standard of living increase. It will increase the average total. It's probably going to take a week or so. Oh, no, 17. We've got the third highest standard of living in the world. It's pretty epic, actually. Right, who's got the highest one? Serbia and Netherlands. And then it's us, and then North German Federation's revolt. Uruguay's got, or Banda Oriental. It's got pretty close to that as well. We even got higher standard of living than Britain does. That is pretty decent. And that probably reduces the amount of, disappearing interests. Oh, France. Ah, right, okay. Since we don't have the fleet. Oh, right, actually, we did get the radios now, so let's go ahead and get that navy increase going, shall we? We don't have anyone leading this. We'll go with the persistent. And you can have 20 right now. If we promote you, you can have a bit more. And dreadnoughts, we'll go ahead and build 5. We'll also build some submarines. Maybe those could be in Patagonia. Oh, there we go. So that's going to get us to 30 flotillas. And the army size we are increasing as well soon enough. Well, eventually. It will take a few moments. Or like a year or two at least. Before we get to that. But it's a good start there. We do not have a truce with Peru Bolivia, so we could potentially do... I mean, we haven't had a truce with them for a while. But, hold on a minute. Are you... Oh, you're a protector of Russia. Ah. So, declaring wars over there is probably not going to be an option. Brazil, on the other hand, you've got a defensive battle with Russia and Banda Oriental, so... Tricky. But it could be done. Now, of course, they've got a fairly sizable army. They've got over 200 battalions. To be fair, we probably have a lot better quality troops than they... Oh, there's the wargaming. Speaking of the devil, let's go ahead and switch the training methods here. So, trading methods streamlining. It's going to cost us a bit of extra in the terms of more officers and all that, but it's alright. Getting more telephones. To be fair, are probably in very high demand still. Actually, I know that they are in very high demand. There's deficit of over 3,000 in the total market, or the British market of those, so yeah, it's going to take a while. I do wonder if there's actually a huge amount of, there's a little bit extra in the British market in terms of radios. Of course, the population does spend or use a lot of them. And we haven't gotten the electricity increase at least a tiny bit, although there's still quite a bit of extra demand compared to the production of the power in Buenos Aires. But we're going to get another electric industries in here soon enough, and we'll probably get some more, well, we'll get some more electricity production afterwards, and that might get us to where we need to be. Well, there we go. This is producing a lot more telephones now. Actually, to be fair, there's still a huge consumption in here, but at least there's a local balances now, at least something. How's the population? Okay, we still need about 2 million incorporated pops. Which, honestly, it's not too bad. I think we're going to manage. I mean, the population growth is okay. There's been quite a bit of mass immigrations recently. And the fact that we've got a very high standard of living and literary rate and all that, it does mean that there's probably a lot more, or at least a few more of those underway. So we'll probably get the increase in their new national identity. We can't do that one, of course, since we did that a few years ago. Or like maybe 2 years ago or something. Oh, there we go. Mechanized agriculture. The mechanization of farming. The grand process of mechanizing agriculture throughout Argentina is complete. Never before have such abundant yields been tallied. So minimum wealth plus 3, or throughput increase. You know what, we'll get the minimum wealth. Because that, I suppose, means that they'll at least have a bit more. Even if the standard of living isn't the best, there's actually not that many that are having issues anymore. There's only one state that is having issues, and I believe it was this one. Probably. Maybe. Yeah, the standard of living is actually really good now in our nation. Compared to Brazil, especially. A lot better. With Chile, we got a bit of parity in certain areas. Uruguay is a bit higher, but yeah, everything else around us is not quite as good. One of the things that we do have a problem with, though, is one, we're still hemorrhaging money quite heavily. Where the tax law, I mean, until we get some progress on this law, it's going to be very slow. And the fact is that our legitimacy is very bad right now. So the enactment time is quite hefty. So we might have to just stop passing that law, but even then we'd probably still have the tax cut, wouldn't we? Yeah, I don't think it's tied to the passing the law directly. It just had the, like, 2 or 3 year timer in there. I think it's at 2 years, but I think it's closer to 3 that it was. Philanthropy. We'll just leverage this report at this point. Now that we've got 64%, how long is it going to take? Okay, it's going to take almost half a year to pass the next one. At least we got a lot of bureaucracy. Construction efficiency is increased. Another exile. A fairly low relations with Chile. I think at this point we could probably stop damaging relations with them. Because next year we can actually go ahead and possibly declare war on them again. Or, you know, request the southern state from them. If they give that without a fight, that's perfect. If they don't do that without a fight, then we might be able to beat them regardless. Unless Britain supports them, in that case we might have a bit of an issue. Largely because we won't have the rubber production to meet or feed all of our industries. Of course, at that point, we could potentially try joining the Russian market then. In which case, Peru, Bolivia, Brazil, and us being in the same market would definitely constitute as 50% or more of the states in South America belonging to the same market. Or the market that we are in, rather. So, how about... Oh, well, there we go. 18 million GDP just from our capital. It's pretty respectable. And there's a whole lot more electric industries being built in here. The electricity demand is starting to be quite high again, and rubber, of course, as well. Telephones, well, there's still 2,700 production required to meet up with the demand. The radios, on the other hand, there's actually a little bit extra. I wonder, is anyone buying radios right now? There's a lot of pop needs, so if we were to export that, none of it would be profitable. In that case, we won't be exporting it. I suppose the production cost for the radios is still relatively high with the high price of rubber and electricity. So that's a bit of a problem there. But we're definitely getting a lot of electric industries built. And the private sector is probably doing a fair share of that as well. Oh yeah, they're building more electric industry to Kuman. Did we already get one level in here? We did. And that's producing only a telephone, so that's actually really nice in reducing the extra demand. I mean, they produce 60 per level, and this one reduces by 20, so oh yeah, it'd be 40 and 40. But yeah, no, that's fine. So we're getting the Zeppelin soon. Oh, that reminds me, military, what are we getting in there? NCO training, well. That's actually pretty decent. We'll go for that one. We'll also get the artificial self-production soon. And that's going to be another thing that is going to be very, very profitable, I reckon. And the synthetic plants right now isn't hugely profitable. It's not making a deficit, mind you, but it's not very profitable. We just need some wood. And, okay, we'll produce a bit less dyes, I suppose. But that's not too bad. We can still get dyes through plantations. At least in corianders we can get... Oh, actually, we can have a lot more in here. We'll go ahead and put another one in there, just in case. The Zeppelin is almost done that. It's going to give us a bit more prestige through the skyscraper. Airship more imposed. That's just 10 prestige raw, which isn't too bad. And also, market access price impact is going to be a bit larger. There we go. We'll get the prestige. There we go. 779 total. Macroeconomics is spreading. Okay. What does that do? Oh, another company. A market access price impact. Sure, we'll do that one up in there. Speaking of companies, though, how are the companies we have? They are all very prosperous. I don't know if there's others that we could maybe actually do. Most of these probably wouldn't be that profitable, is the problem. Well, there's the premium forestries. We can't establish another company here, so that is at least one that we could potentially do. And there's the motors conglomerate. That's also... It might not be profitable enough, but the extra... throughput would probably be very helpful. We've got 42 levels of motor industry. An ultimatum. Right, we could either gamble again to get more success chance, or Rule 4 get more attraction. Or Rule 4 could lose some of the approval. You know what? We'll take the gamble. Oh, there we go. That's 74% now. If we don't start making progress on that law, I don't know what will happen. Especially the fact that we're still losing a lot of money. It's not great. Ooh, oil discovered in Manitoba. Again, that's not really our territory, to be fair. So 15 more months for the income tax rate. Can't. Now, to be fair, we could always increase the taxes even further, but I'd rather not take the legitimacy hit. It's already pretty bad. If we take it even further, it's not going to be very helpful. And the fact that these are probably quite different ideologies. Well, that's one is socialist. One is... Okay, so yeah, the rule folk are no longer quite as socialist or communist leaning as they were before. Oh, we've got an army without enough leaders. Okay, the Brave seems like a good idea. And then you are the older one. We'll promote you, just to be on the safe side. And then let's actually have a look at the other army. Neither one of these is promoted. I suppose you could get a promotion. We got the bureaucracy for that, easily. Oh, and it is that time again in the episode where we are out of time. So if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also got the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.